What is up, YouTube? I know my hair is a mess, but that's irrelevant. It's a Saturday. Alex has been here since what time?
8.
8? I had to spend family time this morning. Jonathan was doing Jonathan things. We don't know what kind of things Jonathan does, but they're things of Jonathan's matters. So. Well, what I'm going to do here is this series is going to be called Road to Jambo, and every week we're going to be updating as to what we're trying to get done before Teeyota Jamboree, some product development stuff that we're currently working on, and also getting everybody's trucks ready to go. And I want to bring everybody along with us so that way you kind of understand what we have to go through every year when it comes to getting ready for Jambo. But before we can actually start working on Jambo needs, we have to get some customers out of here. And I'm currently re-gearing this Tacoma right here, getting it ready to go. And then Alex is working on his Auburn Sequoia locker, and he just installed the first one. Is this the actual first one ever installed in a truck?
Yes.
So this is world first.
This is the world's first rear locked Sequoia.
Only one in the world.
Only one in the world.
No one over there out there.
Unless somebody made one that I don't know about, but this is the only one for sure.
For sure. Documented.
Documented, yes.
That is awesome. That is awesome. That means that the Sequoia is going up a level. And if you've never seen a rear differential for a Sequoia, is that a funny looking thing or what? It's literally like the front differentials on like Tundras and Tacomas and 4Runners, just blown way out of proportion. But I gotta get this rear gear done. Once I get this rear gear done, we can actually start addressing some stuff with the Diesel 80, and then we can go from there. Okay, Alex left for the day. The Sequoia is mainly put back together. We just have to wire it. I got the differentials built on that Tacoma. I gotta get it prepped and ready to go in the truck. And then we can start kind of focusing on some of our rigs, because we neglect them because we're always so busy. What kind of things are you looking to accomplish on your GX, Joey? Because Joey has actually a really clean GX, and I'll show it here in a minute once he pulls it in.
I just need to figure out there's a steering wheel shake, so it's either lower control arm, tie rod, or wheel bearing. Apart from that, just some regular maintenance, and hopefully build a sleeping platform and a camping table.
Ooh. Is this like a budget build, or are you going to like engineer it out, or?
As simple as it can be. I'm not going to make it form-fitting for the rear, the interior. Just simple, easy, quick. That's the goal.
Nice. Jonathan also has got stuff to do with his 4Runner. He's got a really cool 4th gen that's pretty kitted out. You want to talk about it a little bit? What are you doing to it today?
So I got an issue with my 8-track system, and I believe it's the brake calipers in the front. One of them's seized. So I'll be upgrading brakes, not only the calipers, but rotors and pads to the EBC green stuff. I have the PCK panhard correction bracket for the rear that I will hopefully be welding on today. And kind of just a general looking over of wheel bearings and other things like that.
And of course, I want to really introduce to you guys the 80 series. I still don't have a name for it. The previous owner called it Leroy, and it's awkward to address it because I give everything names.
I have a name.
Oh, what do you have? What name do you have?
Horton.
Horton?
Because it's an elephant. Horton, here's who.
No!
Yeah!
No! So, we're gonna finish up some of the normal shop needs, and then we can get to having fun with our rigs. Okay, so we're finishing up now on the Sequoia. The re-gear's done on the Tacoma. I'm through with that. Real quick, I'm gonna do a rundown on how open differential lockers work and how they hinder us. So right here we have is an open differential from an 8-inch Toyota rear axle. And these gears right here is where the axle shafts attach to. So you have your pinion gear where your drive shaft attaches, that when it spins this right here. Now, when this spins here, it spins the axle shafts that are connected to your wheels. So what happens when you're off-roading and one of your tires lifts off the ground but the other one is still on the ground? Well, this spider gear begins to turn. And then it turns the wheel that's lifted in the opposite direction. Losing the power that you're supposed to be sending to the ground is now gone because it's an open differential. And I hope that kind of makes sense. Now, the Auburn E-Locker that we installed into the Sequoia. So we have the back end off the ground so we can test it. I can show it to you guys right now. So if I could have Joey or Jonathan actually can go ahead and spin this tire forward. And you can see that this tire is spinning, but this one's not doing anything. And this is what happens when it's an open differential. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and engage the E-Locker. If you don't mind, Jonathan, go hit the switch. So go ahead and spin it forward. And now you can see that both tires are spinning forward. And if we wanted to, Joey, if you don't mind grabbing the other tire. And try to hold it still for Jonathan while Jonathan tries to turn it. It's literally not possible. It's like we basically welded these two axles together. And this is what's gonna help you when you're three-wheeling in certain obstacles and allows the truck to continue to push forward. So that's pretty neat. And what's really cool about the Auburn E-Locker that we worked with them on this is that it disengages almost instantly, which is pretty awesome because sometimes when you're done with the obstacle and you need to make a quick turn around the trail and stuff like that, you have to go ahead and disengage the locker, and sometimes it takes a couple of revolutions for the locker to disengage. On this one, not so much. As soon as you turn it off, I mean, it is disengaged, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so on Jonathan's rig, what he's going to do is, you see this bar going across here? This is called the panhard bar. And what this does is it keeps the axle from moving forward and back as it's articulating. Not forward and back, sorry, side to side. And what happens is after you lift up a truck that has a live axle on the back with a panhard bar, is that because the height difference of what it's supposed to be set from the factory moves the axle more to one side than the other. So this guy here is the solution, and what it does is it brings up the mounting location back to where the panhard most likely was, which it sits like right here. And you can see the different height adjustments that he can go ahead and go along with it. Now when the truck is on the ground, it's going to put this panhard bar more of a level state, which is going to center the axle, and it's going to give it a lot more it's going to give it a more comfortable feeling when he's driving up and down the highway. Listening to Backstreet Boys. Okay, so now that we got business out of the way, we can get on to pleasure. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Land Cruiser, and we're gonna go over it as much as we can so I can kind of get you guys up to speed. I know I already released a video on it, but I didn't really get to catch the best of it. What do we need to do to the 80 for Teeyota Jamboree? Well, so it's got an issue with the transmission. It hunts really, really bad, and it's really annoying, which makes it driving on the highway kind of a pain and a little scary at times. Pop the hood. So one of the problems that the 80 series had was the transmission was shifting all over the place. This is the kickdown cable, and it was getting stuck a lot. So I put this hose on here, and then I would fill this up with micro mist, and then I let it sit for hours and hours and hours, and then I actuate it back and forth. So now it's not getting stuck. It actually moves forward and back just fine now. So that's awesome. That's an easy fix. I don't have to tear apart the transmission. I don't have to replace the transmission. It's just something easy. Okay, so Now that I set the hose to soak, I had the hose on there and it was letting the micro mist go down the cable. It seemed to have finally freed it up so I can give it gas and it retracts. Before it was, when I would give it gas, it would just get stuck and it would fold up like this. But now it's retracting. And my theory was that because the truck sat for so long, that the cable just kind of rusted out internally or got dirty internally, and it wasn't letting it sit because this truck has like 72,000 miles on it. It's not even broken into Toyota standards, really. It's got plenty of life left to go. We do need to clean out the engine bay. We won't be doing that today, but we're gonna do it sometime soon, I'm hoping. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down, and I'm gonna take her for a test drive, see if the transmission feels a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this down and we'll be back. So a thing in Japan is the reverse has to have some sort of a signal. So when you put this thing in reverse, it just beeps like crazy. That noise is never gonna get old. So I already noticed a huge difference on the way it's shifting. So before it would kick down real hard, now it's actually really smooth. One of the other things we're going to have to take care of this truck, if you notice the steering wheel right now is not straight at all. So we need to go ahead and adjust that, and we can do that with the steering link arm up front. And then the next thing is, if we turn the AC on, you can hear it. It's like a leaf or something stuck in the blower motor. So it's, as of right now, it's a bunch of just amenity things. And then because I thought it was gonna be a lot more expensive to fix everything else because I thought the transmission was going out. Turns out it's not, which is good. We might be able to throw a couple toys at this thing before Teeyota Jamboree. All right, so next on the 80 series real quick is we're gonna take care of that blower motor noise. More than likely it's just leaves and stuff got in it, so I'm just gonna pop it out real quick. It's 3 screws, 3 Phillips. It comes right out, and then we'll clean it out and put it back together. Well, I was hoping to find like a leaf or rock or something in here, but it sounds as the motor. I'm going to take the blade off of it and see if we can see anything stuck underneath it. Okay, I messed around with this thing for a little while. It's it sounds like it's the actual blower motor itself that's making noise, and yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take this the plastic blade off without it breaking. So I'm just gonna see if I can buy another blower motor, and then we'll just stick that in. So annoying. All right, last and not least for the 80 series today, I want to go ahead and take the wind visors off. So I kind of don't want to take them off, but I'm going to because they seem to me they're just a little bit obnoxious. I can see the utility off of them and stuff like that, and why some people will like them. but the clips on this one is dead and it's coming off. And these are old Toyota stock too. I mean, these are actually from Toyota. I'll hold on to them. Maybe I might want to do some with them in the future. I am going to leave the sunroof one on, and I'll show you why. The sunroof one has a little deflector, and it deflects air from outside onto you while you're driving, which I thought was awesome. So I'm gonna leave this one on, but we're gonna take all the other ones off. They don't look that bad. They're just Phillips screws, and then nuts on the bottom, and then the little clips in the seals. So let's get to that.
I like how little it's gonna like take them off and then change the whole look of the vehicle.
It took forever for Sarah to have me meet Silas. There you go. Oh, nice and easy, but patience. Actually, I think it was like.
How do I get that adhesive off?
You can't get both while it's off.
I don't want to get this in your car.
Okay, so we got them off. There is some adhesive on it.
You don't have that one off.
Well, we got one off. I'm gonna go ahead and get all 4 of them off. The adhesive thing I'm just gonna have to take care of another day, but I at least want to get them off the truck. Well, it looks a lot less JDM, but it looks more like a Land Cruiser that you would see around here. So that's good. Pretty happy with that. Now to this guy right here.
I guess maybe, but like there's no drips. There's not a lot of buildup. It's just a little bit of haze.
Ew. So what you looking at, Jerry?
Well, I was wanting to see why I'm getting a front wheel shake. Usually either during acceleration or under deceleration. Turns out the lower control arm bushings, which are probably OEM from 2007, are shot. So that'll cause a shake. Easy fix.
Yeah, so we're gonna get a list of everything that we need to get ordered for our trucks, and then hopefully next weekend, instead of evaluating and testing and making sure that we got it of all the stuff we need to do to our trucks, we're actually working on them. So, but yeah, because today was more of a finish up some customer trucks and then get our trucks evaluated. We got some stuff done on the 80. It was kind of little knick-knack stuff, but we got them done. And yeah, but guys, that's it for this episode. If you liked the video, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, write a comment, and it helps the algorithm and stuff like that for YouTube. I really want to grow this channel a lot more, and I really want to post on it a lot more. I think what I'm going to start doing is not post as much on TikTok and start focusing more towards YouTube. Just because I have longer times to talk to you guys, I can document stuff better. And with, of course, the projects that we got going on now, it's just going to be exciting. I'm still going to post on TikTok, so don't worry, that's not going away. But I am going to be focusing more of my energy now towards a YouTube channel than the good old TikToks. So once again, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your weekend, and I am going home because my wife wants me to go home, so I'm just gonna go home. Bye-bye.